Here we go. We're opening the pack now. Please give me something. Please give me something amazing. Blue. It's a light blue. It's a France striker. Mbappe or Lacazette? No. Oh! Oh! Oh shit! What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Started off this video with one of the best packs I've had all year in that Mbappe. It was my 88 plus pack, obviously, and what a pack it was. He goes for about 3.8 million coins on the transfer market, and I'm super happy about it. But nevertheless, if you guys forgot who I am, I don't blame you, because I haven't uploaded in a month and a half. Almost 2 months ago was my last upload. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but I'll get into it in a minute. This video is going to be covering a lot of different bases. Firstly, it's going to be a little bit personal. Second, we're going to go over FIFA 20 and what I thought of it, and going over the content, going over SBCs, a little bit into gameplay, and then what I want for FIFA 21 and what we're kind of expecting for the future of FIFA, especially with FIFA points kind of going through loot boxes, going through the governments in the UK and Belgium and Netherlands, possibly more countries very soon. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video, on top of a club tour, which we're going to start off with, especially given the fact that we just packed that Mbappe. I mean, the card goes for so many coins. I didn't even know it went for that much when I packed it, but I am still super hyped about it. I played one game with him. He scored both the goals that I scored in that game, and the weak foot is unreal. He's actually the most expensive version of Mbappe this year by a long shot because of that weak foot upgrade. He's more expensive than his tots and his team of the year. Now, one of my other best packs of the year was this team of the year Mane, which is the only team of the year I've ever packed before. So I actually broke the streak after opening team of the year packs year after year after year. I packed one this year on the final day in the final hours, Sadio Mane. So that card, it has a special place in my heart, and also has 321 games for me. That might not be a lot for most people, but it is a lot for me, especially given how terrible I thought this year's gameplay was. And that's going to be the first thing we're talking about today. Gameplay, I just didn't like it. I was not a fan. It started off in EA Access, right? And it felt clean. It felt new. It felt fresh. And everything was working pretty well. I enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid 8, maybe 9 out of 10 in terms of gameplay when it was in early access. And I didn't really play much of the beta. I played it when it was still in production, about a month and a half before the game came out. I played it, and it felt smooth, but then again, I was playing on the LAN. I wasn't playing online. Then when the entirety of the game came out for everybody on that Friday in late September, what happened was, I guess they didn't expect that many people to buy the game and that many people to log on, because the servers obviously couldn't handle it. And throughout the first month or two, the servers were the worst I've ever played on when it comes to FIFA gameplay. And it took a couple months for them to fix it. And I'm still not sure if they fixed it or if players just stopped playing and then it dropped to a number that the servers could handle. So I'm not sure what happened, but I definitely felt it get better around December, January, February. It got better in terms of the server connection. But as they go through and try to patch the gameplay, everybody's mad about low latency feeling like it's 150 and stuff like that, which is really coming down to server issues. They tried to fix those server issues by patching game mechanics, which weren't necessarily the issue. And don't get me wrong, there were some game mechanics that were broken. Rebounds, they fixed. Headers last year in FIFA 19 were broken, and they fixed that going into FIFA 20. Headers were almost useless. And I like this version better, for sure, where there's no headers rather than only headers. But let's be real, there's got to be some sort of happy medium. I'd rather it be less headers. I don't want them to be overpowered. I'd rather them be underpowered than overpowered, but not useless like they were this year. So a little bit of a buff is good, but I can't complain about the headers. I honestly was pretty happy about that. It really it took an aspect of football out, but it made it a better video game than what it was in FIFA 19. in my opinion. But there were a lot of other things that never ended up getting fixed. Drop back was so overpowered all year, and what happened was when people played drop back with 2 CDMs, which is what you had to do to be successful in the game, was they dropped back and it made it super boring, super slow paced, and I guess you did get more realistic score lines, but let's be honest. There's not very many teams that have to play Atletico Madrid 30 times in a weekend, okay? You know how exhausting that would be if somebody had to play Atletico Madrid 30 times in one weekend? Because that's what it felt like every time we played Weekend League this year. Drop back, 4-4-2, some variation of that, and it was so defensive counterattack-like, and it was unbearable after a while, and I stopped playing. Sure, I came back during Team of the Season, played a lot of Weekend League to get some cool cards that you see on my team and on my bench, and I'll show you my club in a minute. But ultimately, it was just exhausting. More exhausting than FIFA 17, where you had to play 40 games. Yes, there were more games for sure, but I'd say it was actually more exhausting, these 30 games, than that 40 games in FIFA 17. Because in FIFA 17, at least you had people rage quitting a lot more, and a lot less people took all 40 games seriously. Now that's 30, sure, it's taken a little bit more seriously, which is fine, but it also becomes more sweaty and so much more exhausting when you have to really nail-bite fight for every single win, especially if you're not a professional FIFA player. So that's my thoughts on gameplay. I thought they improved some aspects. I thought servers were really bad this year. I think the money needs to be invested in servers. But where are they going to get this money when FIFA points disappear? We've already seen them disappear in Belgium. The UK Parliament is now after loot boxes as well. And as we continue down this road of no FIFA points, all right? And I've not bought FIFA points since FIFA 16, but a lot of people do, and it's still a big part of the game. Pay to win is still a big part of FIFA, which is one of the best and worst aspects, depending on how you think of it. It's great that you can go out and buy some packs and have some fun and make some content as a streamer, as a YouTuber. I totally respect that. You know, people blame Castro for continuing to open packs despite the shortcomings of the actual gameplay. But that's his content. That's his job. And I can't really denounce that. It's a totally valid move. It does influence a lot of people to keep buying FIFA points as casual players, which I do not suggest until gameplay is fixed or you really are happy with the state of the game. What they've been doing is more so preying on the aesthetics of the game, and they've been preying on young children, and they've been preying on people's addictions to gambling. Because this is no more than gambling. It's FIFA points, you're spending money, you don't know what you're going to get in return. And that's why it's been banned in Belgium, and that's why other nations are going after loot boxes through their parliament, through their government. And I kind of wanted to talk about what it would be like without FIFA points, because it's a very big possibility, and I think we've already seen some of the transition so far with EA making everything untradeable. Sure, we saw our first couple untradeable cards and SBC cards in FIFA 17, which was very realistic. The cards out of SBCs are untradeable. You can't put them on the market because that would ruin the point of getting cards, from SBCs only. If those cards are in SBCs, then they shouldn't be on the market, and it totally makes sense there. But what doesn't is all of these untradeable packs in squad building challenges. I mean, over half of everything is untradeable in terms of packs and in terms of players. All the players are untradeable, which makes sense. But like, to look at all the SBCs, I mean, 84 plus double upgrade, untradeable. 85 to 92 rated rare player, untradeable. Prime icon upgrade, untradeable. There's not a single thing on here that doesn't say untradeable. I mean, you can scroll and scroll and scroll, and everything is untradeable. And every now and then you get something that's tradable, but oftentimes it's just a normal, like, stupid Electrum Players Pack or something, not even rare. I mean, the gold upgrades are untradeable, which makes sense. These obviously need to be untradeable. The players, I get it, but not everything needs to be untradeable. And that just doesn't make sense to me on why they're making everything untradeable. Well, I take that back. It does make sense. I don't like why they're doing it. Because what they're doing is they're straying away from a transfer market. Now, obviously, very few live transfers now on the Xbox market, which I am on right now. And there's always less transfers than the PlayStation 4. But this is even less than what's normal for Xbox late in the game. Obviously, that is being impacted by the fact that a lot of things are untradeable. You take a look at my team. How much of my team is untradeable? Everything but the fullbacks are untradeable. And I've got a couple things on the bench that are tradable just because I like Dortmund. So I have a Sancho. I have a Hakimi on the bench. But everything's untradeable. Everything's becoming untradeable. And there are good aspects to that. Don't get me wrong. There are. The fact that you can get so many more untradeable team of the seasons and packs this year, I love that. I love how they've made some SBCs a little bit more affordable to grind, and that's great. But if we take the transfer market and make it null and void, all right, and we get rid of it, and everything becomes untradeable, which is the future that we're looking towards in FIFA, what they're going to start doing in terms of pay to win, because they want your money. And EA are probably number one in the world, maybe other than CSGO, and FIFA's probably number two in terms of microtransactions. They rely on microtransactions to fuel their game and to fuel their pockets, but to fuel their game. So with that being said, if they take away FIFA points because they can't do gambling, what they're going to do is they're just going to sell their own coins, or they're going to sell their own cards to you. We've got a right back Trippier here as a Scream card. That's not bad. Only 85 rated though, so I guess definitely could have been better. It's the lowest rating we could have got, but at least it's still a walkout, but totally unusable at this point in the game. We've still got 3 of these packs left, but I digress. With them straying away from FIFA points, what they're going to do for microtransactions is going to be similar to what we've seen from Fortnite too. Fortnite kind of introduced that season pass. They introduced the aspect of aesthetics and buying things that make your player look cool or make your gun look cool, right? Well, what they could do is they could start making kits more rare. They could start making badges more rare, special stuff like that. And then they could release it for $20 in the store, and then you'd buy it like that. And what I think was the main goal for Volta this year was to do just that. Now, obviously, Volta was a failure, and the reason is quite obvious. Volta did not introduce the playing with friends, the pro clubs aspect to Volta, which is the only reason Volta would be fun, is when you're playing with friends. You're not going to go off and play single player Volta or even online Volta right now. Like, there's no point. There's better things in FIFA, and Volta's really just not that great. Even if everything else didn't exist and Volta only existed, like, you wouldn't buy the game. Like, it's just not that good. It had a decent story, and then you're done. And then you were done. I was not going to play that online. All right, there was no point, especially because gameplay was 6 out of 10. It was okay. It could be improved. I think we've got maybe something decent here. It's going to be not O-Block. Never mind. Skriniar's Team of the Year nominee in the final pack there. It's not terrible. We've got some SBC fodder to use in future squad building challenges. So that's the future of microtransactions. We're going to see a lot more aesthetics, and then you're going to see EA selling coins, right? Not like the third-party websites, but you're going to go to the store. Instead of FIFA points, it's going to say buy coins. Sort of like in mobile games, I guess, would be the best comparison, where you've got coins, and you can use those coins to buy more lives or stuff like that. Obviously, you're not going to be buying more lives in FIFA, but it's the same concept. You're going to be buying coins for more players. It's still going to be pay to win. EA are never going to leave that. But if the law says FIFA points are gambling, you're just not going to be able to buy packs with FIFA points. And maybe packs will stick around with coins. Maybe they won't. We'll see how it goes. I think packs might be too iconic to get rid of completely. But it's still like, if they're not making money on FIFA points, then why would they have packs, right? That's really been the reason for packs since the beginning, to be honest. So that's the future that we're looking towards. And I don't like it because I think the biggest aspect, and let me know what you guys think about this as well in the comments down below. I think the biggest aspect of Ultimate Team is building your Ultimate Team, the one that you want. Building your team that you want to build because that's the player that you want to buy. If I wanted to buy an Mbappe, I want to grind the game, trade, play FUT champs, play div rivals, and grind my way up to affording an Mbappe to put him in my team. And then I'll build around him, right? That's the essence of Ultimate Team, and we're straying away from that. And we're going more towards whatever you pack is what you get, okay? So if you pack a Di Maria, but you wanted to build a team with Jadon Sancho, that's tough luck because you didn't pack Jadon Sancho during Bundesliga Tots. And you won't be able to buy him off the transfer market. We're straying away from it. Slowly but surely, we've seen it over the past couple of years. Yes, there was a healthy transition from FIFA 17, and the addition of untradeable cards to the game was great. And it was very, very, very fun. But as we've seen FIFA 20, it hasn't been as healthy. It's definitely taking a turn for the worse. For the player, I ultimately don't think it's going to be nearly as fun, and I think it's going to take away the magic of Ultimate Team if they continue down that path. But let me know your thoughts down below. So when it comes to content this year, this will be the final topic that we talk about today. And before we do, if you guys have made it to this far in the video, drop the word Vardy Party. All right, drop the word Vardy Party in the comments just so I know you made it this far in the video, and I'll make sure to heart your comment as well. I'll make sure to heart it. But for content this year, I've been pretty happy with it, okay? But there's definitely one aspect of it that just really, really annoys me. Because what we've seen, and we'll use Team of the Season as an example, is they dropped the Team of the Season promo right after they've dropped another promo and another promo, and they've kept the non-stop content that they promised in FIFA 18 and didn't deliver. They did it this year, and they've done it in FIFA 19 too. They've had 2 pretty good years of content. But what they do is they drop the Team of the Season Bundesliga, let's say, on a Friday. And then on Friday, obviously, you're not going to get any SBCs. It's the first day it's out. EA wants you to buy packs to get these cards. That's fine. Give them their day. All right? Give them 2 days. Give them 3 days. You get to Monday. It's the end of the weekend league. You want something to do? Well, that's too bad. Because all they've dropped are some crappy, non-tradable Electrum packs that you get for submitting a 77 rated team into an SBC. And what you get is an untradeable Electrum pack with a rare 78 rated card. Well, that's fun. That was all the content for today. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get yourself a player SBC, like Axel Witsel, right? And then you go on to Tuesday. But you only were on the game for 30 minutes, 40 minutes on Monday. Even if you did the Axel Witsel, you do it in 40 minutes and you're done. It's like, unless you got to qualify for Weekend League for the next weekend, you're not playing Div Rivals. You've already got your points from Weekend League, which is great. Don't get me wrong, EA. We like that. We like that Weekend League counts for 400 rival points. That saves us a lot of stress. Please don't go backwards on that because we're already stressed enough with Weekend League as it is in its current format. But Tuesday comes by and you get nothing. And then Wednesday, finally, over 5 days into the promo, you get your guaranteed Team of the Season pack, and you get to do that. And that's fun, but you only get to do it once. And then you're done. And then you're done. And if you're a content creator, you can't even do more on your account. You have to go out and get other people's accounts. You have to get followers' accounts, subscribers' accounts, and open them for your own content because there's nothing for you to do on your own account. Think of the casual player who's not a content creator. What is he doing? He's getting online, he's doing the SBC, he's getting offline. That's what he's doing. If he gets a really good player, you're lucky. Maybe you'll try him for a game or two because he wants to practice with him for the upcoming weekend. But ultimately, why are we waiting until Thursday to finally drop the SBCs that every single player was asking for all week? You finally get the SBCs that are worth grinding, and sure, they take a while, but that sucks because you only got 24 hours, so you're grinding those all night, and hell, they're fun. And it's fun for 24 hours. And then the new Team of the Season comes out. And then you got Friday, Weekend League, Saturday, Weekend League, Sunday, Weekend League, no content because they want you to buy packs. And the cycle continues. So you've got all that content that could come out earlier. That doesn't. I would be grinding packs from Monday to Friday if they came out earlier in the week. But they don't. They hold them from us. And I don't know why they hold it that long when they know it's what the consumer wants year after year. That's what the consumer wants, is those repeatable, cheap SBCs, even if they give untradables. That's what people want to do. And they hold them from us. And then they give it to us for 24 hours, and then you got to wait 6 more days. And I don't get it. That's kind of what's happened with FIFA 20 as a whole. You know what? FIFA 20 came out, and yeah, there's been nonstop content. And there's been ups and there's been downs in terms of content. There's been good promos and there's been bad promos. And there's been promos that you kind of question why they even happen. And then you've got good promos that didn't reach their max potential. And now we're seeing some really, really worth it upgrades. But very late in the game. We're seeing very good SBC content. We're seeing very good objective content. Very worth it content. Everything makes sense. It's smart for EA. It's smart for the player to play. It really encourages everybody to get online and grind and play Div Rivals and play friendlies and play stuff to get their, one of the best cards in the game, Mendy and all these others like Bruno Fernandes, which is super cool. And all of this comes out and it's awesome. And its summer heat has been brilliant. But it's July. It's July. I know damn well it didn't take EA till July to figure out what content the FIFA player wanted. If this came out in February, if this came out in December, I would have been online grinding this game nonstop like I was in FIFA 14 and FIFA 15 and FIFA 17, because FIFA 16 was terrible. But FIFA 15 and FIFA 17, I would have been grinding the game like I was back then in the good old days. And they kept it to themselves till Thursday, till July. Why? Why not make it earlier? Why not do this stuff more often, consistently, throughout the year, instead of waiting until the end of the cycle every damn time? This is great content. This is brilliant. But it pisses me off that it's July, and it took you this long to create some content like this. This is the best we've had all year. The best content we've had all year is during summer heat. Most of the player base doesn't even know, because they haven't logged in since Team of the Season ended. But that's just the truths behind FIFA 20. That's what I think is coming for FIFA 21. The direction that FIFA is headed. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like. Even if you didn't agree with something in the video, I want to know. Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, there's some more things I could talk about, like the manipulation of the transfer market. But I think I'll save that for another video. And if you guys want to see that, I will definitely drop it if this video does well. Nonetheless, I'm going to be dropping some FIFA 21 content soon. I'm going to be more active on social medias as a whole. I'll be on YouTube. I'll be on Twitch. I'll be on TikTok. I'll be on Twitter. I'll be on Instagram. Hell, I'll be on Snapchat sometimes. And all those links can be found in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, Vardy Party in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.